I always expect it to take a good bit longer than the 3 seconds after I click the thing. I don't know why. It always jump scares me when, like, I'm actually live. I need to fix my tongue. Is it still lopsided? A little. Let me fix it better. Okay, that's good. Tongue is no longer lopsided, that's nice. I am currently in Wicklow, which is cool. For anyone who doesn't know, I live in Dublin, so that's not where I usually am. But hi! Hey! Okay, wait, Lemons, I meant to tell you, I've given up on like all of the art requests because I got like 20,000, but I will still try and get yours done eventually. I just don't currently have my iPad with me, and I don't know where it is. It's my school iPad, but it's just gone missing, I think. So we're not sure. But it's fine. I'm currently in Wicklow with I think 45 human inhabitants on an island with 45 human inhabitants and about 5 billion sheep. So I think that if the sheep worked together, they could easily overthrow the humans. But they're not going to do that, sadly. I think they should, personally. Hello! So that's cool. On holiday for a bit. My friend is gonna come around, which is nice. In like from I think Monday to Wednesday, and then we leave together. Which I'm very excited about because that's cool. What else? I can't think of much else. I just kind of wanted to go live because, the most annoying thing in the entire world has happened on TikTok, which is I've been age restricted to under 16 and it isn't letting me appeal. Oh my god, it's so frustrating because I can't send messages to anyone. No one can repost my videos. You guys aren't on TikTok, I'm assuming, so reposting is like, it's like a little extra page on TikTok, and then it's like, so if you click onto someone's TikTok account, there's like their posts and then their reposts, and then I think other things on it. I don't know, but your reposts are like stuff you agree with, stuff like if you wanna just boost stuff, but you can't repost anything of my videos. You can't put it on your story, which is really annoying because it happened just after Comic-Con, which is when everyone is looking up DCC, and then I posted 2 things and I got under 100 views for both, which is insane for me, by the way. I always get like the 300 margin or something is like, getting like 300 is like a flop, I got 60 on something. Oh, this app is actually like, I complain to the roof about YouTube, okay, but YouTube is not marginally as annoying as TikTok is, okay? YouTube, it can be frustrating sometimes. It takes down lives for no reason. It's just, not the most amazing platform ever, okay? But oh my god, it's so much better than TikTok. I have such a vendetta against this app because it's doing that, and then it also, am I just gonna rant about TikTok for a bit? Yes, I am. Also, because you have like multiple accounts on TikTok, okay? So you can sign into different accounts. And then it'll show you, when you go to like your account thing with all your accounts, it'll show you how many notifications you have. So like it might be like 1 notification, 2 notifications, and then on my main account, Can I Know It, it always shows 9+ notifications, no matter what. And then I have none. So it's so annoying when I'm on another account. I'm like, I know that I have no notifications here, but I feel like I still need to check in case there is. I don't know if it's part of the age restriction or if it's just never going to go away. I have appealed the age restriction, so hopefully, all things considered, it goes away. Pretty please. But like, oh my god, I've just been absolutely rage baited by TikTok recently. Oh Jesus, my neck hurts. But like, other than that, I'm doing pretty well. Everything's going well. I have to go back to school soon, which I'm not excited about. Comic-Con was amazing. I don't think I've talked about that at all on here, because I haven't done a live stream since then. So, it was 10 out of 10. Very, very fun. I went with my friend Jane and my friend Echo. Some of y'all might recognize Echo's name because they're in the chat sometimes, and I think I mentioned them a bit. Which was very fun. Me and Echo don't usually like go to a con together, but we just end up like no one plans anything and we just stay together the whole time. Oh, no one's in this house. I think that's just the washer. Like we didn't plan anything, but we ended up staying together the whole of the 2 days, which was nice because they're a very, very fun person to be with on like conventions. Like some people, like you can love them to the moon and back, and just being in a very crowded space with them where you have to go do stuff, and just like the type of place a convention is, they're just not the best people for that. Echo, I love them to the moon and back, and they are an amazing person to be at a con with. So it was a very fun experience. I didn't buy much. I got 2 prints and a phone charm. Here, I think I can show you that. Put it in front of the camera. Yeah, EFO. This is a Hermitcraft thing. Hermitcraft, Minecraft YouTuber. It's not really Hermitcraft. It's referenced within the Hermitcraft. It's from Build Swap originally, but it's very cool. Jesus Christ, there's no comfortable way to sit without putting my dogs in front of the camera, and you guys are not seeing my feet. But yeah, I got 3 things. Somehow spent €50. No, I don't think I did. I think I spent like 35 and then just gave money to people who needed it. But I had a very good time. That sounds so epic, Twin. I wish I could have been there. Yes, come from America or Canada. I keep forgetting which one you're in. Please. I think America, right? Come from America. Come to us. Come to Dublin. Enjoy Comic-Con. It would be so peak. One of these days I'm gonna spawn in America and meet you, Trust. Trust. It's fine that they probably like wouldn't let me in because of all the anti-Trump stuff on my phone. Oh, nah, I'm not getting into America. They're gonna check my phone and I'm going to be deported. No, they are not letting me in there. It is okay, though. I can probably just delete shit if I ever need to go. I don't think my parents would want me to, because, it's America, and it's really scary right now. My brother has an American flag. I don't know why. Has no American relatives. He has never been to America, but he is obsessed with America because he watches loads of like American YouTubers and stuff. That's what I did when I went to Canada and back. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm so cooked. So cooked. I'm just gonna have to delete loads of shit if I ever go. I think it's fine though. I think I would love to go to America at some point, but like I'm going once Trump is out of office or dies. Hopefully he dies. But then again, then the office will just be taken up by, I forgot his name, but the guy under him who's like equally as bad. So it's not like it's gonna actually do anything politically, but at least the Orange Man will be dead. But once he's out of office, I will definitely be coming over to America because it sounds like a really cool place to be, and the country sounds awesome. Yeah, Vance, JD Vance, but it sounds like a really cool place to be, bar the whole monstrosities going on. What else? What else? What else? Charles is here for Charles came to Comic-Con. I think he enjoyed it, possibly. I don't know. He doesn't tell me lots of things. He just kind of sits there with his empty ass eyes and views things. Hell yeah, please come here. I will trust at some point. But I think he enjoyed Comic-Con probably. I definitely almost lost him like at least 3 times, so we're gonna ignore that. It's okay. I still love him. He's come to most conventions with me, actually. He's like, I don't like calling him an ESSA. Am I gonna talk about my beef with the ESSA community or not? I feel like, okay, I have some hot takes when it comes to the ESSA community, and I feel like, some people get a bit annoyed when I talk about them, but I'm just gonna do it. Okay, I think that ESSAs are fucking awesome. I think they're so cool. I technically have an ESSA that I bring to a lot of places. He brings me a lot of comfort. I love him. I'm not saying that I have beef with the community from like their cringe standpoint or anything. I think, fuck yes, that's so cool. If you want to bring a teddy somewhere, please do. That's so awesome. I wish I had the confidence to bring this place to like non-really woke zones. Does that make sense? Like I bring it to like friends' houses sometimes if it's like, my super, super woke friends, or like if I'm bringing it to like a convention or anywhere where I will not be judged for bringing a stuffed animal. But I have mad respect for people who bring stuffed animals to places where they would be judged, because that is like 10 out of 10. That's a scary thing to do. A lot of people are going to be really mean about it, so I have so much respect for those people. But what really annoys me is the Douglas dogs and the fact that, okay, it just doesn't make sense, okay? Because I feel like it's more about it's gotten to the point. I think that the ESSA community has gotten to the same point that the 2023 Therian community did, where it's more about the aesthetic and the TikToks and the Douglas dogs than the original meaning of ESSA, which is an emotional support stuffed animal. Just like how therianthropy was taken from the original meaning of identification as a non-human animal involuntarily to the aesthetic of doing quadrobics and wearing masks and different ways to express therianthropy. Okay? I think, personally, okay, for a stuffed animal, I have many stuffed animals. I have so many. They used to be on my bed, and they took up the majority of my bed. I have a double bed in one of my houses. Divorced parents, for context. And they took up the majority of one side of it. Okay? I love teddies. I love all my teddies. But yes, no one has a connection, because people are like, oh my god, getting a new ESSA. How do you just get a Douglas dog and it immediately becomes an emotional support stuffed animal? How does it provide you emotional support if you've just gotten this thing? And how do you know? Like, sure, you can think, oh, like, I guess for some people it could just be that, like, having any teddy would help, and I guess that's fair. But, like, for a lot of people, I feel like you're going to have to need to have a connection with the specific teddy. This teddy brings me a lot of comfort because I've had him for almost a year now. I've had him since my boyfriend got back from Czech originally. He gave him to me, okay? I've slept with him almost every single year, almost every single day, bar the days I've had sleepovers or that 1 week where I left him in the other house and then started crying about it loads. I was so upset that I left him, okay? So, like, that's why I would consider this an emotional support stuffed animal, because it actually brings me emotional support, because I have a very large connection with this small little dinosaur guy, okay? I feel like people just get a Douglas dog and call it an ESSA, and you don't know that thing yet. How is that an ESSA? How is that providing you emotional support? If you want to bring a dog around, if you want to bring a teddy, fuck yes. That's so cool. I probably shouldn't swear on live stream. If you want to bring a teddy around, that is so awesome. Hell yes. But if you're just getting a Douglas dog because you like the idea of having a Douglas dog that has gear on it and that you can, like, you know, do the thing with the lead, I think that's so awesome when people are like, it's not training, because obviously it's a teddy, but they call it training, you know. So, like, training their ESSA so they can, like, do all the tricks with them and stuff and, like, bring them around their feet. Like, it's, as if it's a service dog. Obviously it's not, but, like, you know, pretending that your teddy can task, I think that's pretty cool. It's just a fun thing. It's fun to do. I see no problem with it, okay? As someone who knows people who have actual, what are they called? Support dogs? No, that's not the name. You know what I'm talking about. Dogs, like, you know what I'm talking about. Service dogs. That's the word I was missing the word service. But, as someone who knows people who have actual service dogs, and they also agree that ESSAs don't actually mean any harm to it, as long as it's not being called a support dog, it's fine, okay? But, like, that's all fine, just don't, how is it providing you emotional support if you've just met it? If you've just gotten this teddy, like, how do you know? Okay, Douglas dogs are awesome. I'm yapping about this. I've made the same point. I've made my point. But, like, Douglas dogs are awesome. You don't know that you're going to have an emotional connection to a Douglas dog just off the fact that it looks cool. That's just not how that works, I feel. And I think it should be more normalized to just say, I like to bring this teddy places, than call it an emotional support stuffed animal. Like, when I had my surgery, I brought my Star Wars ESSA, and when I couldn't bring her to the operation, I started bawling. Real! That's so fair! And it's like, I don't know, I feel like emotional support stuffed animal just means so much more than TikTok has made it, which is like a Douglas dog specifically. It has to be a Douglas dog that you film little TikToks with and task and put little, what are they called? You know, the things, harnesses and stuff on, which is all really cool, but that doesn't necessarily mean it provides you emotional support. And I feel like there's no chance that half of the, and also, some people, like, you can just say you collect Douglas dogs. You can say that. You realize that, right? Like, people will have 500, like, okay, that's definitely an exasperation, but I've seen people on TikTok and on YouTube with, like, 7 Douglas dogs or something. And they're saying, these are all of my ESSAs. And it's like, that... No, they're not, though. There's no way. There is not a singular chance that I believe you now, because you do not have a special emotional connection with each one of these teddies. And that's just not... No, you're lying to me. I know you're lying to me! That's my rant. It is very nice to, be able to see, like, this glass window so I can see everyone in, like, a 50-mile radius of me. Yeah, it's okay to not need an emotional support stuffed animal. It's okay to just want to bring your teddy somewhere. But, like, don't call it that, because that is, like, that's a thing, okay? Some people genuinely want, and no, some people need to bring, like, stuffed animals places to provide them comfort and to be able to go around their daily lives. They need something like that. Like, that's so fair. For example, I have this ring, okay? This is, what is it called? An ESI, an emotional support object, I guess is the technical name for it. I cannot function without this ring. If I've lost, I went to MegaCon one of the days without this ring, and I swear the entire day I was on the verge of a panic attack. I was not having a laugh at all. It could have just been because it was, like, slightly a stressful con, but the second that I realized I didn't have it, I was already running late. I could not go back and get it. My mother was not in the house. She wouldn't have let me in at that time. I did not have a key. Panic. I was so fucking stressed about that shit. Oh my god. But, like, I have worn this every day since I got it, I think. I made it in a workshop with my mother, and I need this ring, okay? I need to have it. It's probably an autism thing, I don't know, but I can't function without this ring on my finger. And it's like, that's what an emotional support object is, or emotional support, yeah, whatever it's called. But, like, obviously you don't have to need your thing to have it, but, like, that's an example of how someone can use an emotional support object, is having someone with them all the time and kind of needing it to function, or needing it as some form of, well, yeah, this is the word, emotional support. But it's like, I just cannot believe that all of your 50 Douglas dogs provide that for you. I'm sorry, I just don't believe you. I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's sort of, it gives the same sort of thing as the watering down of therianthropy. So annoying. So annoying. Oh, the watering down of therianthropy is actually another whole topic that I could probably rant about for another 17 minutes, but I'm not going to, because I think that's probably pretty boring. And I don't have any info, but that's okay. Exactly. It's also just okay to not have these things. It's okay to also want to bring around, it's okay to bring things around and just them not be that, and it's fine. I think it's, I feel like, how do I phrase this? People forget that it's okay to not need accessibility aids and stuff. Does that make sense? You know when you see people, like, posting about having an accessibility aid, or, like, having some sort of disability aid or something, for example, especially when it's, like, not, you know, the, like, stereotypical ones, you know, not something you would see and immediately associate with a disability, for example, a cane or a crutch, or something like that. When it's, like, someone needs to wear headphones, or someone needs to do this, and then people are like, oh, it's so unfair that they get to do that, and it's like, no, because that is an accessibility aid, I fear. You don't need to have that, okay? And it's okay to not need. We're gonna run with the example of needing to wear headphones in class, okay? I've had people complain, I don't wear headphones in class, but I've had people in my school complain that another student, not in my class or anything, but I know about it because I knew this person, was wearing headphones in class when you're not allowed to wear headphones in class. And then they explained it to them, they were like, oh, this is an accessibility thing, I have really, really sensitive hearing because I'm autistic, and I need to wear these or else I get really overwhelmed. They were like, that's unfair, I should also be able to listen to music or whatever. They were like, oh, I'm not listening to music, it's just, they're slightly noise cancelling and stuff. Okay? You don't need to need an accessibility thing. You wouldn't say, it's so unfair that that person who, I can't think of a specific example, but, you know, can't walk very well, gets to use a cane. I should get to use a cane. It's like, you wouldn't say that. So why are you saying that when it becomes, oh, fidgets. Wait, I'm gonna read the thing. I really don't understand people who want to have a disability so bad. My illness isn't classified as a disability, but it's a chronic issue. If I needed an aid for my issue, I would genuinely cry. Real! When people... It's a whole other thing. But I'm just gonna say the word and then move it on. Trans IDs, like, specifically, have this might just be like a really scary little corner of TikTok. Hi! But we're just kind of ranting about like dumbass people, and disabilities and stuff, and people not being, like, for example, we were talking about ESSAs, which is an emotional support stuffed animal, and how some people who use ESSAs don't actually need an emotional support stuffed animal, they just like to bring a Douglas dog around. And then, like, disability aids, and for example, if someone is wearing headphones in class because they're autistic, doesn't mean that everyone should get to wear headphones in class, because it's not just that they're listening to music or anything, it's because it is an accessibility aid for them. But, like, you're not going to see anyone looking at someone with a cane or looking at someone with hearing aids and going, oh my god, that's so unfair, because that's obviously, like, an accessibility need that they actually need here and you would not, okay? So why is it different when the accessibility aid is something that isn't immediately associated with disabilities? An accessibility aid can be almost anything, okay? For an example, I'm fighting for an accessibility thing to not have to wear tracksuit bottoms because I hate how they feel on me and they make me very uncomfortable. So I'm talking to the head of school, being like, please don't make me wear tracksuit bottoms. Not like the best example, but you know what I mean. Bro, like, needing to have an accessibility aid can also mean that yes, exactly. People act like there's not a reason they need these things. Like, I don't think you'd want to need these things. These are a need. It's like, people are acting, okay, equality is everyone getting the same. Equity is everyone getting what they need, okay? I personally believe in equity because it's fine. Okay, but, like, I'm gonna finish what I'm saying and then I'm gonna leave because my mother has called me and I need to text her back. But, no, what is it? If everyone, okay, for example, if everyone is trying to watch a football match and someone is really short and someone is really tall, okay, you should not give everyone the same seat, or, I don't know how to explain this properly. I saw, like, a meme that I'm trying to, not a meme, but like a photo that I'm trying to recreate in my mind to explain. So, if everyone is trying to watch a football match, okay, someone's really tall, someone's medium height, someone's really short. You shouldn't give everyone one box to stand on, because the tall person doesn't need it, the medium person doesn't super need it, but kind of only needs one, and the short person needs two, okay? You should give everyone what they need to be able to experience life the same, and to be able to be equal, okay? So, you should not get annoyed that somebody else needs an accessibility aid to be able to be on the same level as everyone else. If they need an accessibility aid, it is so that they can then be up here. It's not putting them up here, okay? They were down here in the things that they are able to do. An accessibility aid is going to bring them up, or as close as it can, to being able to do the same things in class or at work or wherever you're going than everyone else can, okay? It's just making it more equal, but in a different way than just giving everyone the same thing, because people have different